My name is Mark Hobbs. I'm a lifelong friend of Ken's. As I was warned by Ken a few months ago, I might have a job here today, and I didn't realize what I was going to be tasked with. I reached out to friends, family, colleagues, and got amazing input. So if you hear your words, I stole them. And I appreciate the help. This is not easy. Ken and I met at the University of Florida.
There we go.
We had many things in common. We were both in pharmacy school. Our fathers both ran independent pharmacies. We joined the same fraternity, and he became my little brother. We became friends for life. We referred to each other as my brother from another mother. I have fond memories of going to Chattahoochee in those early days. In 1980, the Hooch had a population of 5,332, small town USA. The largest employer was the state hospital. The Masseys ran a very successful small business, and according to Poker, also a carpet business, which I didn't even know. His dad was a county commissioner. Ken was the valedictorian of his high school, and he was an amazing athlete. Poker also said he could punt a ball 75 yards, which is pretty impressive. And I understand the bulk of the offense at the high school was lined 10 guys up with Ken in the backfield, hiking the ball. You go left or you go right. That was pretty much it. But the highlight of those trips to the Hooch was meeting the family. His dad, Lamar, and if you hear one of the Masseys laugh, that's Lamar's laugh. A big, fill the room, life is good, get your money's worth laugh. So look for it, you'll see it. And his mother, Hilda, she was the picture of Southern living hospitality, always making sure that we had enough to eat. And in those days, we could eat. They were good people. I knew we had good bonds. They were raised in a faith-based house built on family and love. Meeting Ken and his family led to a lifetime of great memories. Over the next 40 years, we tailgated at Gator games with Lamar and Hilda's motorhome as our base of operations. Auto racing at the Gator Nationals. If you've never been to a drag race, you need to go. The Daytona 500. The World Series. Hanging out at Mexico Beach. And even a trip to Ireland to give away Becca and play some golf. We attended numerous national and SEC championship games. As an aside, Ken was a funny guy. After one of the SEC victory games, we went to Macaroni Grill. As you can imagine, it was a mob scene. So Ken takes control. He goes up to get the reservation, and he comes back, and it's going to be 30 minutes. So that's okay. Anywhere we go, it's going to be 30 minutes. About 5 minutes into it, I hear this, Spurrier, Steve Spurrier, your table is ready. Everybody in the restaurant looks over to see who walks up. Ken looks at me and goes, hey, our table's ready, let's go.
That's our boy.
Ken stayed at the University of Florida and finished his pharmacy degree. I went back to the family pharmacy and still there today. But he was a big personality, a joy, and he needed to go out into the world. He began in the medical affairs world with Marion Merrill Dow in Kansas City. So he traversed the earth. Tampa with Bristol Myers Squibb, positions at Warner Lambert, Novartis, Mitsubishi, where he was called Godzilla because in Japan he was the tallest guy in the crowd. He went on to become, as I understand, the first pharmacist at vice president level at Merck. A huge accomplishment because Merck is several hundred years old. But when he left Merck, he told me he wanted to do something of significance. And he found that at CorMedix. In his position as Senior Vice President of Medical Affairs, his journey as a patient in the nephrology space combined with his passion and expertise in building teams. They all came together. I got some comments from Liz, a colleague of his at CorMedix, which were very powerful. I shared them with Becca this morning. But just let me read you a portion of them. The passion and commitment he brought to his work was unparalleled. More than all his expertise, insight, and knowledge, it was his heart and humility that made it so meaningful. He brought his whole self into it, and the vulnerability, compassion he had for the patient journey was inspiring. His work deeply mattered because his life was so deeply lived. The pillars of Ken's existence were faith and family. He had unbelievable joy in the accomplishments of his family. They're here before you. Jill waging a career of her own while supporting all her kids. Ken being the biggest kid. If you ever saw his toys, it was obvious that he loved his toys. Erica building a life with Jason and JJ now, and he was so happy to have a grandchild. Maddie, his pride and joy, becoming a Clemson Tiger. We all know it was almost South Carolina. It could have been a lot worse. And him actually wearing Clemson colors, because orange is also a Gator color, so I think he just went along with it. Alex, the pride of your scholastic and soccer success. Your best friend will always be with you. At your side, cheering you on, and listening when you need him. Jelly Bean, Monkey Toes, G-Max, Sandman, you will forever take Ken forward as you move in the journey of life. We are here to support you. You will never walk alone. Lean on us if you need us. Ken talked more about his faith as our conversations moved on. He was always positive about his journey because of his conviction that God has a plan for each of us. He always said that he and we are in God's hands. In the spirit with which he lived, extend the olive branch of peace to those around you. Tell them how much you love them. Show them how much you care. And lastly, always be humble and kind. I love you, brother.